we have to regenerate the whole agroecology or agriculture ecosystem. Product or the produce has lost its integrity to call it a food. We have to see these all healthy soil, healthy plant, healthy food, and healthy ecology. They are all connected. So if your plant is healthy, your soil will also become healthy, and if soil is healthy, then it will also become plant healthy. The ecosystem, the mother nature, has its inherent capacity, or the whole cycles are in place, water cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, everything in place to take care of the growth of the plants.
Thank you for joining us and giving us your valuable time. My first question will be, because you are an agricultural scientist and you've worked in the field for so long, what is sustainable agriculture and how is it different from a normal agricultural practice that we follow in India?
Sustainable agriculture way, the cropping system or agriculture ecosystem that is going to be sustainable for long run. Simple putting it. But we are going little beyond. We do not want to sustain which is already damaged. So it has been widely experienced that whole agriculture ecosystem is in damaged condition, is in deep crisis. So it is not to sustain but to rejuvenate, revitalize, regenerate. So our focus, or what we call our objective, is to the approach is regenerative agriculture. I mean, we have to regenerate the whole agroecology or agriculture ecosystem. So we call it regenerative agriculture. And this is basically, as I say, we have to rejuvenate all lost components or damaged or affected aspects of agroecology. You call it, for example, if you look at the agriculture ecosystem, it is gradually getting degraded in multiple ways. One is the farming community. The farming community, the economic return is becoming more or less uncertain, as well as diminishing. So it is when farmers are not willing to take up this vocation because it is no other option, they are doing it. So there is lack of excitement among the farming community, especially the younger generation. And second, the product or the produce has lost its integrity to call it a food. When you say call it food, according to the definition of FAO, it should be free from any kind of toxic residue. It should be nutritionally dense, and it should be providing diverse food aspect. And also, it should be tasty, locally, culturally suitable, and so on and so forth. In all the four frontiers, it has failed to call it a food. So that's food aspect. Third, the basic resource on which this whole agriculture is built upon are the water resources, the soil resources, the biodiversity resources, the seed resources, whatever all resources, critical resources. They are day by day getting degraded by anything. And there is no sure, at some people, some estimation there in the UN house, that probably in coming 60 years will not have any proper land base to produce any crop. So that's the third thing. And fourth, it has become the climate uncertainty is so high now. So the weather pattern is so uncertain, a lot of extreme weather conditions, heavy down rainfalls, extended dry period. So the cropping has become very, very less resilient to this crisis. So, and social front also, there are a lot of issues. So overall this is damage condition. So the regenerative agriculture means you have to revitalize all aspects of this whole agriculture ecosystem. It's just not to get money, just to get income or yield, but also to ensure that our natural resource base is getting restored. Our food quality is also getting improved, and the farming is becoming more and more resilient to the climate crisis we're facing. Yeah.
Right. So, my follow-up question on that would be that, you talked about two very important factors. One is climate and another is soil. I mean, what kind of practices do one follow in sustainable agriculture that one, it doesn't impact climate and it basically improves it, and the quality of soil doesn't get hampered because the amount of fertilizers and all other things that are being used right now, one, it's impacting your food, second, it's impacting your soil.
We have to see these all healthy soil, healthy plant, healthy food, and healthy ecology. They are all connected. So if your plant is healthy, your soil will also become healthy, and if soil is healthy, then it will also become plant healthy. Healthy plants means it is not only to be resilient to the any kind of stress, biotic stress or abiotic stress, pest, disease, insect, or dry spell, and so on and so forth. It actually produce very quality foods, whatever grains, foods, whatever. When the quality is there, what is the meaning of quality? Quality means it is nutritionally dense. Then one, when we eat it, so we are actually essentially eating the healthy food which contains all the micronutrients and macronutrients in a very proportionate manner. Even we eat the, for example, livestock, and livestock fed upon this grass or whatever, it also comes to us. And so that is how what we do actually. We go for the root cause, because jungle is such a system naturally there, so everything is there. Nobody puts any pesticides, nobody adds fertilizer, nobody goes for plowing or anything, so it happens on its own. That means the the ecosystem, the mother nature, has its inherent capacity, or the whole cycles are in place, water cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, everything in place to take care of the growth of the plants. Not only to take care of it, to become resistant to any kind of stress. There is no insect attack, there is no disease infestation. So what we do it, we want to reactivate that ecosystem, that natural system. What does it mean? Basically, healthy plants starts with a very high photosynthesis. When high photosynthesis actually needs more carbon dioxide and more water and some macronutrients. And plant actually feeds a part of its photosynthesis to the soil biology. But soil biology also need to be diverse and abundantly active. So that can only happen if you stop killing them. Stop using any kind of a salt, any kind of insecticide, pesticides, and poisons. Now also, if it is lost, you have to bring it and put it in the soil. So we call it inoculation. When you inoculate, you have to also think about how will they breathe. So compaction need to come down. So how will they get food? So soil need to be loose, higher porosity, and it should be also some kind of fooding should be there. Their feed also come from plants also. Whatever photosynthesis plant produce, a part of that sugar, it exudates through root to feed the soil. So you add inoculates, maintain some level of organic carbon as a food for the microbes. Stop adding any chemical, complete stop, no gradual. Stop any DAP, urea, or whatever pesticides. And also we have to what is it? During a transition phase, it takes time for soil biology to establish. During a transition phase, plant will need nutrients. So you have to put some kind of a nutrient as a foliar application. So plant will get enough food, required food. It will grow and produce its potential. Whereas the soil biology will get activated. So in a very small time frame, you can re-establish our lost. So what we have seen within a year or two, while we are able to ensure the production, we are able to activate the soil biology. The soil organic carbon gets improved, soil biology gets established. So everything we do in a package. It's just not we will stop something, not do something. You have to do a package. These 5-6 things have to go in a package to be effective. So broadly, I think this is our approach we go through.
So my follow-up question on that would be that the way government has been pushing things for many years, last many decades. Urea is cheaper, fertilizer is cheaper, so farmers have more incentive to use those things than to go into practices which you are talking about. So how do we ensure that the small scale farmer, whose primary aim is to produce only what he or she eats or and sell some of it, how can that person ensure that they are properly generating sustainable agriculture?
Uh, I think we are underestimating the awareness of the farmers, be it small farmer, poorer farmer, doesn't matter. Clearly, we have talked to thousands and thousands of farmers who are working now with more than 2 lakh households. So clear communication comes from the smallholder farmers or poorer farmers that they say, we now understand that our soil has बंजर बन गया है, मतलब और उसमें है नहीं है। बोलते हैं कि वी आर पोअर पीपुल, हमारे बच्चे लोग तो नौकरी नहीं करेगा, थोड़ा बहुत 5 साल 10 साल चलाते बाहर काम करने के लिए, कुछ पैसा लाने के लिए, बट आएंगे तो वापस यही, और वापस यही आएंगे जिस ढंग से हमारा बंजर यूरिया जितने डालते थे, हर साल हम यूरिया का अमाउंट बढ़ता रहता है। और गरीब लोग का पास अभी आजकल मारामारी हो रहा है यूरिया के लिए, हमको नहीं मिल रहा है, डीएपी नहीं मिल रहा है, तो हमको मिलेगा ये कोई भरोसा नहीं है, अपना 10 साल में मिलेगा वो भरोसा नहीं है। और मिट्टी खराब हो रही है इतना दिखाई दे रहा है, और अगले 10 साल में मिट्टी किस अवस्था में जाएगा भगवान जानता है। तो व्हाट दे से, will definitely like to bring changes in our pattern, not for today but at least for the future thinking, and we are not going to do things overnight। हमारे पास 2 एकड़ है, 2 एकड़ हम 1 साल में नहीं करेंगे, हम आधा एकड़ करेंगे। और अगर हमारा कुछ कम भी होगा, जो होता नहीं है, मैं जो बोला कि अगर फुल स्प्रे करें तो आपको कम नहीं होगा, अगर थोड़ा बहुत कम होता ही है, अगर 1-2 साल में हमारा फिर सोच सही हो जाएगा तो हम और 50 में करेंगे, अगला करेंगे तो 5-7 साल में उसको चेंज कर लेंगे। सो अगर थोड़ा बहुत चेंज होगा, अभी कौन सा गारंटी है क्लाइमेट में क्या क्या हो रहा है, बारिश ज्यादा हो गया कम हो गया, कहाँ पे गारंटी है प्रोडक्शन में। सो इट इज नॉट ए बिग इशू। ओनली थिंग इज आप अगर हमको रास्ता पक्का रास्ता दिखा सकते हैं, will be willing more to do, because यहाँ तो खर्चा भी नहीं है, तो थोड़ा बहुत, तो this is not a I mean they do see, they also say कि देखो कर पाता था मेरा तीनों, they understand कि मैं एक ही दिन में जितना प्लानिंग करता था, जितना कुदाई अभी उसका आधा भी नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, तो एंड हम रुपये करते था, अंगुल दुखता है, पेन। सो वी नो कि द डैमेज वी हैव नॉट बैड, सो वी वांट टू रेक्टिफाई इट, वी वांट टू रिजुमिनेट इट, do slow, but we need a proper guidance. So we'll do it. So there is no issue of farmers.
So, what role should government play in ensuring that this information reaches to people?
I think government should give a clear message. So today, what is happening? People are getting dual message. So even the government is coming out with some missions like National Mission on Natural Farming and many other initiatives, but the people at the ground, the department people, they don't put it or push it that way. They say कि अच्छा है, but chemical तो चाहिए. So that is one thing. So clear message should be there. It is a transition arrangement. हम लोग chemical दे रहे हैं कि उनके और रास्ता नहीं है prices. So you are making transition. That message should be clearly good. Second है, they should have estimation what is the fertilizer or pesticides or subsidy they are giving. That much amount should be directly given to the farmers. Don't take fertilizer. They should have an assessment कि earlier how much they were taking, now they've stopped taking it. Whatever that subsidy amount, you know that there is a huge subsidy, 70-80% subsidy is going for this fertilizer. So that subsidy, equivalent subsidy amount should be transferred to farmer. It's an incentive for the farmer to make a shift towards natural farming. So this is the two things. Third, I think they should actually ask cutting edge people like what is that called, KBK kind of people or whatever. They should adopt one panchayat, no dual approach, full approach. Zero chemical should go there, zero pesticide should be there, zero fertilizer should be there, and assess the productivity, ensure that shift, and जो कमी हो रहा है उसको सफाई करेंगे। तो क्या होगा ना, at least one panchayat in a cluster. For example, in 2 to 3 blocks. So out of 20 panchayats, you choose 1 to panchayats, establish it properly, and that will become a center of excellence as a kind of evidence creation for people to gain knowledge and confidence. They have to convert into really high performing regenerative agriculture cluster. So saying is not fun, but you have to farmer to see it. So establish the high performing clusters and without as a collaborative manner. So government staff will not be, they will not take dual stance. They will say no, this year we are going to put it, stop doing any DAP, so improve it. So that will also their mandate. So that is how we can, and also we have to create many champion farmers.
So certain new studies now coming up that agriculture and what you produce, the food that you produce, the food that you eat, is also directly linked to a lot of health issues.
Absolutely.
So one might have diabetes because of eating some specific kind of rice and they intensive crops, right? So but then there's also another link, which is obviously there, that there's also malnutrition in India. So I mean, how do you see this? How are these two things progressing, and how can we rectify it?
If I get your point correctly, you're saying how this health implications
Yes.
of this conventional farming practices, which rely heavily on this monocropping or pesticides or GMO or hybrid seeds, how this RA approach can address that? You see, there a lot of study has been made that over last 1940 and now, both within India and outside, that the nutritional density has reduced. They say that earlier, if we 1 kg meat, whatever nutrition getting, we need to now eat 2 kg meats. Earlier, fruits, 1 kg, now you have to eat 3 kg to get that equivalent nutrition, and also in vegetables, it is 4 times. So, and the point is, it is not about getting one particular kind of food. Now, you also need a diverse foods. But diverse food gives diverse nutrients, and our body also want that. So the health implications is coming from various regions. One of the regions are your gut biota, your human gut biota need to be diverse enough, and if diverse gut biota will able to keep you digest the food and provide you different diverse nutrients. So unfortunately, because of the toxic residue, toxic materials we are eating, or because of the lack of nutritional density in the food, our gut biota have damaged. And in USA, you can Google it also. People are now implanting the fecal materials of African native people to inoculate those diverse lost biota microbes in their stomach, and it has a tremendous impact also. So you have to revive your gut biota, and that can only done if you re-establish your diversity, and that can only, and also need to sufficient diverse nutritional dense foods. So that is one aspect. But healthy means nutritious. Healthy is not about curing one disease. You have to stop it from happening. So the reason for that is happening is loss of biodata, loss of nutritional density, and finally your what do you call toxic issues. And if you really grow the crops healthy, it attains lot of plant secondary metabolites. And you can smell it, having good smell, good taste because of those things, and they are essentially the medicinal components. When you eat those diverse crops, you are actually become a medicine. Body become medicine to protect from any kind of disease and attacks. And glyphosates are really, people think it is not affecting most. So awareness is important, and at least for food production, to start doing it. And gradually, we have to make healthy food available at affordable cost to the whole society. We should not have an extra price the price, extra price required. But that should be compensated by the government rather than the consumers. If the consumers will going to pay it, only the elite section who can afford, they will pay. But we want healthy food for everybody.
Like we have examples that like maize and other crops are coming back to market, which people had stopped consuming, and now they're available at a rate which is very high than a normal wheat rate. So I mean, I think that is what you mean, that those things should, we have millets have to be popularized more and be made more easily accessible.
We are trying to address this issue various ways. I pick up one crop, and so we want diverse crops in the plant because they actually symbiotically support each other. Unless you go for diverse crops, your single crop, even the millets will not have nutritional requirements.
Right. Right.
So what we should promote this is part approach, no? You see, okay, I mean, it's not, but that's nothing something we are looking at. What will happen? What happens in Green Revolution? We focus on more wheat and rice.
Yes.
We stopped growing this pulsation oilseed. No? So it is not. We should go for a root cause of diversity, root cause of adapting the natural approach of crop production, and so that will gradually suffice all needs. And to make a shift, some incentivization should be there, and that should be done by the government.
Thank you, Nityanand sir, for talking to us and giving us your valuable time. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.